Hey guys, Joe James again from iContent, giving you another enthralling video, packed with loads of action, I'm sure. I just wanted to sort of come online and do a video about how we came to invent, if you like, or create our online visibility formula. Um, this is directed to business owners and directors of companies that want to get their website more visible online. And we kind of went through a process as well, which is part of our process, which is, really digging deep. And it's often something that people don't, or you guys, because you haven't got a lot of time, think through to the end. It's kind of like yourself, but we have a tendency, if you like, to chuck things up, chuck a site up, chuck a brochure together, without really sort of going through the process. So, for example, most if you said to most people, who your ideal customers, they would say, well, any customer, as long as you've got customers and revenue, which is fine, which is what most people would do. So we kind of created this online visibility formula. It sounds very fancy. Some parts of it are, some parts of it aren't. It's quite straightforward if you have the knowledge and experience. And we looked at ourselves online, and we were looking at, how our website looks. Is our message what we want it to be? Is it just a message online, but when we speak to our customers, it's different? And we found that was the case. That actually, when we speak to customers in person, we have enthusiasm. We know where their gaps are. We can understand what they need to do, what they haven't done. How the website needs to develop. Splitting their services down, making sure the customer journey, is correct, and it's not just a brochure site. And we realized that, our first iteration, if you like, our first instance of our website was like that. So we spent a lot of time asking ourselves, who are we? We want people that like us, that want to work with us, that are similar to us, that have understand our services and products and appreciate them like we would appreciate customers. So we went through a whole process of asking ourselves lots of questions about who we are, who is our ideal customer, what market base do we want, how do we want to sound, how do we want to portray ourselves online. And that's part of our online visibility formula. Caroline does a lot of work in that area to look at your brand. Yeah, and we create a thing called a brand summary, a document called a brand summary, that basically looks at a statement of who you are, where you want to go, and who you want to target. And then, in my experience, being in sort of online marketing for 15 years, has taught me a lot of things. I've got a wealth of knowledge, but there really is two things that stand out, and it haven't really changed. I mean, people always say, "Oh, the world's constantly changing; it's hard to keep up." Well, yeah, in the intricacies of it, but fundamentally, it's a good optimization program at the start. So making sure your site's focused and targeting, search engines and rankings and getting traffic to the site. And then it's content that speaks to your customers, that speaks to your ideal customers, and is effective in attracting customers to your site. So we have a process that is quite straightforward, but is really effective. Now, there's lots and lots of other, as I spoke to you before, lots and lots of other things, lots and lots of other options: paid socials, paid search, markup on the site, lots of other different ways you can enhance that. But that's really in the detail, and the detail comes when you're in a very, very competitive marketplace. But fundamentally, if you have a good optimization program, your site's set out well, you have pages that are relevant to your customer's customer journey. The site looks like you, sounds like you, your brand is you, then you'll get more customers coming to you and seeing the correlation between what you show online and who you are, because who you are and your wealth of knowledge and how you deliver your service is what makes your business or your products. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of history as to the online visibility formula, how we brought it together, how we married my online experience over the many years with Caroline's online content marketing experience over many years. So yeah, come and have a chat with us. As I always say, you probably watch that and think, nah, I'll do it another day. But it's a nice process to go through. I'm sure you'll learn some bits and bobs about online. Our service saves you time, and you just have a good reflection of who you are online. As I always use the old adage that I'm sure loads of people are getting bored with, including our team, is your website and how you are online should be exactly the same as if you were in a pub, a bar, library, wherever you are, and someone says, "What do you do?" If you watched yourself in that moment and they had time to listen, you would enthuse about it. You would bring forward the services and products that you're most passionate about, that would be most effective for the customer. You'd ask them, you'd give them examples, and yet, so time and time again, we see websites that are just the same as everyone else, that just put some information up that is roughly around the service that you do, and it has no personality in it. Not all of you guys, and there's degrees of it. And our process, it's very inexpensive. It doesn't cost thousands of thousands, but it will take you through a process, and it will kind of force, in effect, you to think and ask those difficult questions and define those difficult markets and difficult customers. To in the end have an online presence that you're proud of and that's effective. So yeah, I just want to give you a bit of detail there, a bit of history, and know that we've been through it. That our wealth of experience aside, and our skills and our skill set, and where we are, that's why we do what we do. We still had to do that process. We still had to find out about ourselves, find out what we want to say and what we want to do. So I won't bore you anymore, but we would always love to see you. We would always love to speak to you. And as I've always said, this is not a hard sell. We don't lead you down a path. We will listen to where you are. We will listen to your needs, and we will try our best to show you the pathway forward. And you can go away and you can do that yourself, or you can use us. And we've got loads of testimonials, loads of examples of how much it works and how pleased people are. So come and have a chat.